Hello and welcome to Brands Hatch for the final rounds of the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championships. A championship still wide open with both Aaron Thompson and Michael Higgs vying for the title. Who's going to win? Well, we'll have to find out.
Well, it's Nathan Edwards who starts on pole position for the second time this season. Aaron Thompson is alongside them, Michael Higgs and Carlito Maracco, followed by Ronan Quinn and Richard Crisp. Elliot Wilson next from Sikander Hussain, then Cameron Pugh, Danny Harrison, the newcomer, with Alexander Tate, and then Ben Swift, another newcomer, Warwick Dayden 13th, Bradley Burns in 14th, and Lewis Kent completing the grid in 15th place. Wet conditions here at Brands Hatch, with Nathan Edwards on pole position in black and white. The blue and white car of Aaron Thompson gets a much better start. So too does Michael Higgs. Higgs looking to the outside in the Jam Sport. The white car with the green stripes. Aaron Thompson running with Jam Sport as well. Thompson had a double win here last year at Brands Hatch, and it's Thompson that leads. Michael Higgs in second position. Third place from pole is Nathan Edwards, but it's Aaron Thompson who leads this one into Druids, his teammate. The championship effectively between those two. Fourth place is Carlito Maracco. Maracco looking down the inside. Michael Higgs looks down the inside of Thompson. Higgs leads. Maracco up to third. Thompson in between. Nathan Edwards goes wide. Then we've got the yellow and blue car of Ronan Quinn, who's there as well. It's a cracking start. A very, very good grid. Michael Higgs. Back end wants to come around. Is Higgs going to hang on to the lead here? Maracco goes up the inside of Thompson. Maracco second. Thompson down to third. This is not what Aaron Thompson wants to happen. Well, Thompson tucks back in, got his head back together, and he's chasing Maracco for second position, and it's Michael Higgs the leader, side by side for that second position. Both of those guys have won races this year. Thompson set out his stall very early on in the championship, won the first two races of the year. Michael Higgs won rounds 3 and 4, and it's Higgs that leads. Higgs is the most successful driver in terms of podium appearances in the championship. That record was originally held by JJ Ross, who appropriately today has secured the Senior Fiesta Championship. So that's one of the paths that the drivers can take. We're in car with Richard Crisp in the RAD car. You'll see that emblazoned on the side, and he's chasing the blue and yellow car of Ronan Quinn at the moment. There's the 56 machine of Richard Crisp, engaged in battle with the Guildford-based driver Cameron Pugh. And really, a number of things that we need to say in this race, one of which is hats off to the organisers who've put together a 15-car grid. Superb, and only a couple of the drivers are likely to be moving on next year. So we'll probably get more newcomers next year, well into double figures now. And it's a difficult championship logistically. Remember, you're watching 14 to 17-year-olds, so the organisers have to renew the entire driving entry list every 3 years. Back with the race leaders though, Michael Higgs is there. Aaron Thompson could possibly shadow Higgs here. He'll lose a couple of points. He might pick up extra points for the fastest lap. There are 6 points between the two. Thompson, for my money, can't afford to rest on his laurels. He needs the win here, and that will take a little bit of pressure off for race 2. Thompson, as I said, started the season in fine fettle, had a couple of very frustrating meetings which occupy his drop scores. He can't afford to drop any more. He's all over the race leader at the moment. So Higgs, the driver who's had the most podiums in the history of the championship, is about to be passed by the man who's done the most winning, and Thompson goes through. Well, there's no caution from Thompson, who goes through in fine style, clattered the mirror. You can see, or you saw, as they went along Cooper Straight. That was so close. Touring car style racing from Thompson and Higgs, and it's Thompson out front at the moment. So Aaron Thompson goes through. Talking Thompson and touring cars, you'd be thinking of James Thompson going back years gone by, and Aaron Thompson could be the next the next Thompson to go through into touring cars. He's not related, as far as I know, to James Thompson. He's part of a famous racing family with his dad Steve and his uncle Paul, who raced, and his granddad Dave Thompson, who raced in sprint cars, which I'm sure I've told you several times before if you watch this championship. But Michael Higgs and Aaron Thompson, fine friends on track. Look at Carlito Maraco, first year driver. He's had a great year this year as Carlito. He's been so quick. He's had fastest laps. He's had pole position as well, that was at Silverstone, and still got the novices cross on the back of the car. So he's a major find, as are these other two young lads as well. The whole field remarkably talented. We've got two newcomers in the racing this weekend as well, and I'm sure the race leaders won't know. I was going to talk about the newcomers, but Carlito Maraco looking up the inside of Higgs here. Higgs has gone wide. Maraco's challenging for second place. Out of Clark Curve onto the Brabham Straight. This is great news for Aaron Thompson, who's starting to pull clear of Michael Higgs in second. Higgs has got his mirrors full of Carlito Maraco. We'll see whether Carlito can close him down. The Ginger Italian, he's known as, the driver in third place, the 76 car. This is a fine race between those two, and Aaron Thompson will be having, I think, a wry smile, because if they're squabbling over second, they're not bothering him, and that's the key thing. He's not building a huge lead, but he has got enough of a cushion at the moment to help him. But track conditions are difficult, and Aaron, was it Michael Higgs who had the battle with him last year here at the end of the 2014 season? Of course, last year's champion Jerry Nicosia moved on into the Ginetta Junior Championship, and joining. Oh, and here we go through on the inside. Carlito Maraco goes through a very wide line by Higgs, who looks like he's going to add another podium to his cannon here, but he's on the outside line, so Higgs is there. Ronan Quinn back in fourth place. Nathan Edwards is fifth, but this is the scrap for second. Across the line they go once again. Maraco on the inside, looking for second place. Michael Higgs, here's the view from the car on the outside, and Higgs decides not to brave it out. It's wet, it's slippery, particularly on the outside line. Higgs will have a look elsewhere. Maraco gets a little bit defensive going in, runs a little bit wide, half a gap, and Higgs is through. Back into second place, very well read indeed. Maraco hangs on the outside. He doesn't want to give up either, and the Ginger Italian repasses and held his ground there. Superb piece of racing from the pair of them, but especially from Maraco, who on that outside line didn't want to give up the race down the hill and give up that inside line, which started with the outside at Druids, and he retained second place with Michael Higgs in third. But Higgs comes again, looks up the inside line, and he's going to go through. Paint trading again between the pair of them, but it's safe. They're still on track. Ronan Quinn wants to join in with this battle as well. Aaron Thompson now is pulling clear. Maraco's got the fastest lap of the race. Here they come across the line again. Maraco on the outside line. Higgs has got the advantage though as they go into Paddock Hill Bend side by side. The white and green Champ Sport prepared car is still there. Maraco in third place, could be heading for another podium here. He's been no stranger to the podium at all, the man from Bookham in Surrey. 3 wins on the bounce, remember, earlier on in the season. But look at Ronan Quinn. Quinn's coming into the mix now as well. Ronan Quinn, another regular on the podium, the Leicestershire-based youngster. And a reminder, if you've just joined us, this is for 14 to 17-year-olds. So drivers who are moving up from karting now have the opportunity in British motor racing to come junior racing and race in this wonderful BRSCC Championship. The BRSCC were innovators in junior racing many years ago with the T-Car Championship. That one lasted its course, and it was ultimately replaced by this, which is of course a very good training ground for the Fiesta Senior Championship, or wherever the drivers want to go. We've seen a number of drivers move up from here already into the Clio Cup, knocking on the door of touring cars. Aidan Moffat's in the touring cars now, of course. But what a splendid race here between Michael Higgs in the white and green car ahead of Carlito Maraco. Ronan Quinn's coming up the inside as well. Aaron Thompson will edge towards the championship by taking the win. Maximum points for him. Michael Higgs, I think, is clear of Carlito at the moment, so Maraco in third. Ronan Quinn is there in fourth place. Nathan Edwards, who started on pole position, his second pole position of the year, is still in fifth. But Aaron Thompson is going to here record his 12th win. He will break JJ Ross's record of 11 career wins in Fiesta Junior. So Thompson, who's been rewriting the record books himself, the SDT contracts on the back bumper, his dad Steve's company, is pretty much all a lot of the drivers have had to look at this year. And Thompson bags the record, a 12th junior win. Across the line he goes. Michael Higgs takes another record, 26th podium for Michael Higgs. JJ Ross had 23 before him. Carlito Maraco, third fastest lap on the bounce for Carlito. He's on the podium again, but Aaron Thompson takes the win. Michael Higgs second from Carlito Maraco. Ronan Quinn, Nathan Edwards fifth from Elliott Wilson. Then Cameron Pugh and Richard Crisp. Warwick Dayden, Danny Harrison next from Bradley Burns and Alex Tate. Lewis Kent 12th from Ben Swift and Sikander Hussain.
Aaron, going into this weekend, you knew what you needed to do for the title. It's looking very good now after that performance.
Yeah, it was definitely a good race. Mark would push me in that one. We got a very good start, and then obviously I haven't driven Brands Hatch in the wet before, so coming into Graham Hill Bend, I was a little bit steady, and Michael did a bit of a do-or-die move down the inside, and he made it stick. So I was controlling the race from there. I knew that I had the pace over him, and when my dad gives me a pit bull signal telling me how long the race is left, and he said about 3-4 minutes to go, Michael made the exact mistake I wanted to make through Graham Hill, and I tried to slip down the inside of him. And from there, I backed him up into Carlito, where him and Carlito started fighting, and I just managed to bridge a gap.
Well, Michael, you're chasing down Aaron for the title. It's getting really, really close, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm just glad that Amstone and Jam Sport have managed to give me a brilliant car. You know, today would have been possible. You know, the wet conditions and the track slowly drying would have been really difficult to race on without, you know, having a team and proper sponsors behind me.
Pole position to Aaron Thompson from Michael Higgs. Carlito Maraco lines up third, then Ronan Quinn and Nathan Edwards. Elliott Wilson 6th, row 4, Cameron Pugh and Richard Crisp. And then Warwick Dayden, who was the best of the two newcomers, just ahead of Danny Harrison. Then Bradley Burns, Alex Tate 12th, Lewis Kent, Ben Swift and Sikander Hussain completing the grid. This the championship decider. Aaron Thompson starts on pole position with, to his outside in white and green, Michael Higgs. Just a handful of points between them. And away we go. It's a pretty good start, I think, by all concerned. Very tight there. Good line up the inside by Cameron Pugh in the slate grey and red number 7. Cameron's made a terrific start. He's up into 4th. But it's Michael Higgs who made a super start from the outside of the front row. Higgs leads. Carlito Maraco 2nd. Then it is Aaron Thompson. Thompson 3rd, followed by Cameron Pugh. Then it's Nathan Edwards. So all in all, good tidy start for the last race of the year. Aaron Thompson here pretty much only needs to finish in the top 5 to take the championship. But the significant thing for Aaron is he does need to finish. And he's in 3rd place at the moment with Carlito Maraco right in front of him. 88 Warwick Dayden, the newcomer on the outside, the 14-year-old from Hextable, getting stuck in his first car race and running well. To his outside is Ronan Quinn. So Warwick, who's been racing in karts here in the southeast, making the move up to car racing, and what a great way to come into the sport, having some TV coverage, racing in front of a great crowd, and a superb in-car shot from Warwick Dayden, who I think is going to be a valuable addition to the championship next year. The other newcomer in the championship, Danny Harrison, another hopefully well-known name from karting in the number 19, who's been doing a few tests with touring car driver Jake Hill as his coach. Here's the view from Richard Crisp though, 56. We saw some in-car footage from him in race number 1, and comes down the hill through Graham Hill Bend along Cooper Straight, chasing hard. So Michael Higgs, the race leader still. Cameron Pugh is coming under pressure at the moment from Ronan Quinn. And then that wide line from Richard Crisp in the RAD sponsored 56 car. But here's the race leader. Michael Higgs goes through. Carlito Maraco 2nd. Aaron Thompson is there in 3rd place. A little bit of a gap back to Nathan Edwards who's running in fourth at the moment. A terrific field, as we said. I think the record for this championship, 15 cars. It's the 64th race since the formula began several seasons ago. Freddie Lee taking the first win at Silverstone those seasons back. Freddie now, of course, still in his teenage years and racing in the pickup truck racing championship. He'll be here at Brands Hatch in November, hoping to get up into the top slots in the pickup truck racing championship. Freddie incidentally went on to win the Pro 2 pickup truck championship last year. We've also seen JJ Ross as a graduate from this. We've seen JJ win the Senior Fiesta Championship this weekend, and then many other successful drivers like Rob Cox, who has raced in this championship. And through goes Richard Crisp on the inside. Very tight too. Cameron Pugh's going to try and go through. Here's our camera position at paddock, and off sadly has gone Elliott Wilson. So Elliott is in retirement. I think his 5th retirement of the year, first one for quite a while, so he's had a pretty good consistent run. Down the inside goes Sikander Hussain in the 15, Rotherham based man who's started every single race so far this year. Was there a little bit of contact? Ben Swift involved there as well. Just close racing, I think, between the pair of them. Coming up the inside, and gets tagged by Danny Harrison, the newcomer. Goes into him, Danny Harrison spears Ben Swift. Well, let's hope Ben can recover from that. And Danny Harrison, obviously only in his 2nd car race, so an unfortunate coming together between the two cars. There is the 15 of Sikander Hussain, who is very much still in the mix as we go back to Ronan Quinn, who is dicing hard with Richard Crisp. This is for 5th place. Crisp takes it on the inside, runs wide. Quinn's going to try and get back on the inside line. Through goes Nathan Edwards, who is 4th. Back on the inside line goes Ronan Quinn. What a super scrap between these two. Ronan Quinn, quite a few podia so far this year. He's started all of the races as well. Richard Crisp joined the championship at Donington, took 2 4th positions, was with us at Snetterton, a retirement at Castle Combe, and rejoining the championship for this round. So it's been a partial season for him. As you can see, still running well. Here's the in-car view once again from the 56 car. So Richard chasing hard. Look how close to the pit wall they get. It's a wonder they can pick up the signals going at those speeds. But out into Paddock Hill. Ben wide line in here. He's going to go for the cutback. And Richard Crisp trying to go through on the inside. It's very tight there. Ronan Quinn hangs on to position. But these two very evenly matched, as you can see. Halfway stage of the race. Michael Higgs is still the leader. Aaron Thompson is in 3rd behind Carlito Moracco. Here's the view from Warwick Dayden, the newcomer. Oh, in 2 Druids! Got a wheel on the dirt on the inside. That's in the gravel. And he's beached. So that brings out the safety car to recover Warwick Dayden, who joins Elliott Wilson in retirement. And Michael Higgs, who has the lead and still chasing the championship, Michael Higgs. But at the moment, Aaron Thompson doing enough to secure the title. He's in 3rd place as the rescue of Warwick Dayden continues. Warwick's first ever race week meeting, 9th place out of 15 runners in his first ever finish. Lights out on the safety car here at Brands Hatch. If you race in the Junior Championship, you get to race at prestigious meetings such as this, the 2015 Formula Ford Festival. Look at the restart that Michael Higgs has done. A terrific job by Higgs. Higgs leads. Aaron Thompson won't want to lose too many more points, or more importantly, get embroiled in another battle. So Thompson here up ahead of Nathan Edwards. Then it's Ronan Quinn. Richard Crisp immediately behind. So those two will renew battle. Then we've got Cameron Pugh in the grey number 7, but it's a good clean restart as we'd expect from all these runners. Nathan Edwards keeping it relatively defensive at the moment from Ronan Quinn through Graham Hill Bend. Along Cooper Straight they go again. Richard Crisp wants to get involved in the mix as well, but it's still Michael Higgs who's looking for his 4th win of the year here, so he could well go out on a high. Good news for Aaron Thompson is that Nathan Edwards has got his mirrors full of the number 20 of Ronan Quinn. Richard Crisp in there as well. There is Quinn coming round. Oh, and Sikander Hussain sadly becomes the third retirement of the race. That's bad news. So Sikander, Warwick and Elliott Wilson all out of the race. But on to the last lap. There is the champion-elect, Aaron Thompson. He's still got 1.2 miles to go. But it's Thompson in third position. Michael Higgs has done everything that he can. Thompson here has also got the fastest lap. That was back on lap 4. So Thompson will pick up the extra points. That will also peg back any advantage that Michael Higgs has got here. Higgs will edge here, of course, another win, 4th career win, another podium, which is going to move further away from JJ Ross's previous record of 23. Higgs has already got that coming into this meeting. So it's Michael Higgs who is going to wrap up the 2015 BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship with a win. His teammate Aaron Thompson is third. Carlito Moracco, one of the finds of the season, is going to take a splendid second place. But we look for the checker, and there it is. Michael Higgs wins the last race of the year. Carlito Moracco takes second, and our congratulations to Aaron Thompson, third place and fastest lap of the race to secure the 2015 championship. So it's Higgs from Morocco, Thompson the new champion is third, Nathan Edwards fourth from Richard Crisp, then Ronan Quinn and Cameron Pugh, Lewis Kent next from Bradley Burns, Ben Swift, Danny Harrison and Alex Tate.
Well, I think first things first, congratulations on the title.
Thank you very much. That was a 6 months of working really hard. Can't thank my dad and Jamsport enough for providing me with the best car, and I think we really proved this year that we deserve to win, taking over 50% of the wins this year. It was a good fight.
It's also a little bit greedy of you because you only needed 8th and you got 3rd.
I know, and I had the pace to do Carlito and Michael, but I thought if I go down to the inside and something happens and it ruins my championship, there's no need for it. So I sat there comfortably, I controlled the pace, I let them go a little bit just in case I started fighting. I had a job and I did it well.
I think it shows really just how much you've matured over the last year and a half, I suppose, as well.
I know, if you would have told me at the start of last season when I couldn't stop hitting walls and couldn't finish a race that I was going to be the 2015 champion, I would have laughed at you. But yeah, I do think I've matured my racecraft and how I handle situations on track. I have.
It's been absolutely fantastic. Look, you don't become a champion without deserving it, so well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, you didn't win the championship, Michael, but you've got to be happy to go out with a bang and win the last race.
That's it, second in the championship, last race of the season win. I'm just, grateful for my sponsors, Amstone, Jamsport, Cardinal, James Stanley for all the coaching, my mum and dad and all the support from family and friends. It's been unreal this year.
It really has, and when you think about what you had to do in this final race, the pressure was on, you had to win.
I had to win. I think Aaron had to finish below 8th for me to claim the championship, and I think that would have to be a miracle for him to finish lower than 8th. He's had the pace all weekend, and hats off to him. He's done really well.
Well, it's been a fantastic season, second place and so close as well. Well done.
That's it, me and Aaron, I think we're moving up to seniors next year, so the battle's going to continue from there, I guess.
Yeah, so watch out seniors, that's what you're saying.
That's it, juniors are coming up.
Well, that's it from us here at Brands Hatch for the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship, and congratulations going to Aaron Thompson, a phenomenal win. We hope to see you next year.